In this week's sermon, we covered 1 Samuel chapter 15, where God directs Saul, the king of Israel, to go and punish the Amalekites for their transgression for over 400 years, and he tells Saul to lead an army to destroy everything. And Saul would go on to carry this out and would defeat the armies and people of the Amalekites, but he would not destroy everything. Instead, him and the people saw the spoils of war and chose to keep for themselves the good things, the livestock from this. And as a result, God confronts him through the prophet Samuel, who says, "You did not obey the command of God." But Saul in his heart thinks, "I've done everything God had commanded me." And he says the people desired to keep the spoils of war for themselves. And anyway, we were going to sacrifice them to God in honor of him. And these are all excuses, and these are examples of how Saul fears the people more than he fears God. And Samuel says to him that God desires obedience more than sacrifice. And that's the lesson we learn here, is we need to be obedient to God. He desires that and wants that more than anything. And Saul led an ungodly life into disobeying God and choosing to live a life for himself and to honor himself instead of God. So the lesson in this is God desires obedience more than sacrifice. This has been an episode of Minute of Grace, where we condense this week's sermon into under a minute. Thanks for listening, and God bless.